Hello everybody, RV Living with the Geezer. We're over here in Bridgeport and going to take you for a cruise around town, and like we did with Hazel, I'll just go over a little bit of the history and if I can remember what I read, and some of the statistics. That y'all seem to like that one I did about Hazel, all right. So I'm going to take you through the commercial area first, and then we'll get into some residential areas. Bridgeport's got about city limit sign right there said 6,045. So I noticed from its growth, it's growing pretty fast. First thing we're going to see here is the older part of downtown. I'm going to turn right here on Hallsell Street. It says it was established. The town was established in 1873, and they discovered coal in 1882, which really got it going. And then it was sort of funny, they said the railroad came in 1893, so I guess between 1882 and 1893, those 11 years, go ahead, buddy. Go ahead, I'm gonna let him go. They must have hauled it in wagons or whatever, if they didn't have a railroad here yet. But once the railroad came in and got established, then everything took off pretty good. They've got that park in here where you just sort of pull in. Yeah, these are all the old shops. Just past the place on the left we've eaten a couple times called Five Boys. It's pretty good. There's a bakery on the corner. Yeah, these are old buildings in here. Printing shop. I know there's a thrift store in here that Stephanie likes. Barbershop. Crazy Pablo's restaurant. I ate in there once. It's not really spectacular. And there's a museum here on the left that I've been wanting to go in, and it's also, I think, the Chamber of Commerce. One of these days we'll hit that. I think it costs $5 to get in. I'll splurge and pay that entry fee. So that was the old part of downtown. Most of the commercial businesses, and I'll show them to you, are out on Highway 380, which sort of runs on the outskirts of the town. Here's the city park right here. They got a nice park. Nothing real fancy. But, Blanca and Luna and I have both, all of us have put in several miles in this place. And let me turn in here. Maybe I can show it to you. They got a pickleball court right here. See the pickleball courts right in front of us there? That's getting real popular. While we're here, let me go over, let's see, run through some, the main industries here are oil, gas, and limestone. They got a big old quarries out of town. That's why you'll see all these rock trucks running around over here. Per capita income here is $32,188, and the median household income is $92,000. That's the income of everybody in the house 15 or over. Median home value here is $313,000, and the U.S. is $411,000. So The homes here are a little bit cheaper. Average rent, this seemed a little low to me. It said $861 a month. I don't know if that figure is correct or not, but let's go ahead and head on around so this video doesn't get too long. All right, demographics: 46% white, 46% Hispanic, 2% black, 3.5% mixed, and other. So that should add up to somewhere around 100, close enough. It's a pretty safe place to live, since crime rate is 10.2 per 1,000 people, and the U.S. is 22 per 1,000. So it's about 50% lower for the crime rate. So that's good. And I saw where the cost of living was just a little bit lower than the U.S. average, and what brought it down was the homes, the price of the homes. So now we're going to loop around here and show you all they've got quite a few chain restaurants out here on 380, US 380 and Texas 114 intersect here in Bridgeport. So it's like Decatur, it's sort of a hub. Here's a pretty popular place right here on the right, Brandy's right there. See all those pickups? Yeah, it's 11:30, so yeah, they're closing in on it for lunch. Yeah, if you go left up here, this next intersection, you'll go towards Jacksboro, where we were a couple of weeks ago. I did several videos there. If you haven't seen those, go back and watch them. I got a Jacksboro playlist. Let's see. I don't want this to get too long. I always say that, and people make in the comments tell me don't worry about how long it gets. So I guess there's some of you that hang in there and watch them. I sure appreciate that. Yeah, turn right here, you go to Decatur, and left Jacksboro. So we're going to turn right, and I'm going to show you these businesses, and then we're going to run back into some residential. Yeah, see here, we got a right on the red. Is legal in Texas, unless it tells you it's not. Or certain vehicles don't make rights on reds. Yeah, on the left, yeah, you probably won't be seeing that over there. You got a Taco Bell, a Domino's, O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Here's a Pizza Hut on the right. Sonic. That Butcher's Grocery is why I'm over here. It's up here on the left. Here's a Subway. We just passed a McDonald's on the left. A Bush's Chicken. I ate there a while back. It wasn't too bad. Linda's Sandwich Shop. There's a Starbucks. See, they got all the yuppie stuff over here. There's an AutoZone, and then you'd be getting out of town if I kept going straight. You'd be heading towards Decatur. Down there is a Love's Truck Stop. Oh, there's a brand new Whataburger right here on the left, which is real nice. It's got the windows all the way around for you. I like that Whataburger right there. Now let's just run back and look at a few homes here. I know we're going into the sun a little bit. I'll try to turn us away from that here in a second. Here's some ball fields on the right. Sonny and Remy have both played there. Here's a church. I don't know what denomination that is. Yeah, let's just pick a street and go drive around. I'll tell you what, off the subject, but I was just leaving Boyd a while ago, and at the high school, I had read where they're filming that spin-off series for Yellowstone, and I don't know how many of y'all kept up with that, but there must have been 30 semi-trucks at the high school stadium. They're filming out there at the stadium. I could not believe it takes that much to put on a TV show. I knew it took a lot, but I mean, that was like a lot. Here's some homes. These are just normal homes. Let's see here. There's one area over here heading towards the high school. Some really pretty neighborhood. My son taught over here 1 year. But I'm not real still familiar with how to get around too much. I think they're back over here to our left. Let's go check it out. But yeah, I was amazed at how, and there was a sign for extras, so at one of the churches, so I guess they hired some extras from Boyd to be in the TV show. Man, I wish I'd have seen that ahead of time, huh? Old Geezer could have been on Yellowstone spinoff. Like I say, I get turned around up there. Find one of these streets that goes through. Here's a Lowe's market here on the right. Let's see, I think we'll just go there. They just put in that new sushi place right there. Yeah, let's just run around through here a little bit and then I'll shut her down. Bridgeport's an easy commute. You know, it's commutable. Let me say that, if that's a word. It's commutable to Fort Worth. That's a neat looking house, isn't it? Right there. Pretty cool. So it's, I noticed by the population statistics, it's growing pretty fast. It doubled its population since 1990. They only had about 3,500 here in 1990. But you know, I'm talking like 1990 wasn't that long ago, but that was 35 years ago. Oh, Geezer, man, time flies. I tell you what, guys, you get up to 75, you better, time flies. Like 1990 was yesterday to me. I'm not even looking at how long this has been going. My upload speeds there at the house have been pretty good lately. I don't know if they did something to the internet and improved it. Let's run down this way and then I just wanted y'all to get an idea of the type of homes here. In case anybody wants to move to Bridgeport. Here's some nice houses back over in here. They have talked to the fire chief here one time in that Whataburger. He's the only paid fireman. I'm sure that's going to change pretty quick. There's a newer subdivision to our left that you're not seeing right here. Yeah, you'll see it as I'll turn in. See these homes here? These are probably your $300,000 ones. But he's the only paid firefighter, and the rest are volunteer. And that'll probably change pretty quick with the city growing the way it is. Volunteers are great. I was a volunteer for many, many years, but it's just the response time is just critical, and with the volunteers, it's just this response time is so much longer than the paid that are right there. That just makes a world of difference. Let's see, here's one of the schools. I believe that's the high school. That's where my son taught. Right there ahead of us. They're a 4A high school. Yeah, that's where he was. All right, guys. Let you look at these houses here, and that's Bridgeport, Texas. If there's any type of statistics, I'm going to start doing more of these towns like this. If there's any more type of statistic you want to hear, just let me know. I think the cost of living and the median home value and crime rate and all that are what people are mostly looking for. So that's Bridgeport, Texas, and I'll be signing off. Adios, my friends. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.